was actually really shocked too that I thought my sister-in-law was the more open-minded one, and I told them, you know, do you guys want to go out to eat? You know, I'd like to take you to a vegan restaurant and, you know, have you guys try it out. And instantly she's like, nope, I'm not going there. Nope. And I was like, really? I was so shocked. I thought she would be the open-minded one that was like, sure, I'll try it, whatever, you know. I was just going to take her to Veggie Nation, the same place I took my mom, because I knew my mom would have told them that I took her there and that she liked everything. And she did, because I said, I just took mom there the other day and she loved everything. And my brother was like, oh yeah, she said she liked it. And yet they both were still like, no, we don't want to go there. So I was like, you eat meat at every freaking meal. It's so hard for you to not eat it for one single meal. And I was even willing to pay for it, you know, to take you guys out. Just because I always have to go to the restaurant that they want to go to. I always have to go sit at TGIF, and every time someone comes to town, my family goes to the same restaurant. Every time I have to sit there and watch everybody eat their stupid dead carcass, which they don't even think twice about. And it's so hard for me, but they don't realize that. And they can't go out of their way for one meal to go to a place that I want to go to. I think that's kind of messed up. But I didn't argue with them. I just let it go and was like, fine, whatever. And then I just took, you know, my little opportunities to say what I wanted to say when they were talking about stuff. And my brother was like, well, I have more important things to do than think about innocent animals. And I'm like, well, I don't. I care about the innocent animals, and it's not okay to be destroying our earth and destroying everything and killing people, not people, but, you know, non-people animals, or whatever you want to call them, animals, innocent creatures. It's not okay to kill innocent creatures for no reason when we don't need to. We don't need that to survive. I'm like, yeah, if when we were we might be considered omnivores because we can eat it, but we're not going to thrive off of it. And we don't need to eat it unless there's a famine and there's absolutely no fruits or vegetables left alive. That's the only time you need to eat an animal, is if there's nothing left in the world and that's all there is, and you're that desperate to survive, then I could see someone, you know, eating an animal. But that's not what they're here for. They're here to be our companions and for us to learn compassion from them, unconditional love from them. Not for us to slaughter them and just throw away their lives like they don't mean anything. And I don't know, it's just really frustrating. It's so hard when you take your blinders off and you start seeing things for how they really are, and everyone around you is still a fucking zombie and they don't understand. I remember what it was like. I remember how it was to be completely oblivious and not have a clue as to how much harm I was causing by eating meat and dairy every day of my life at every meal. And not only to the earth, but to my own self, you know? It took me so long to finally accept the fact that eating meat was what was causing my Crohn's disease. And dairy. And so we're so stubborn. Like, we don't want to give up our traditions. We don't want to give up everything that we grew up eating. But there's alternatives for everything. And that's the thing too, is I don't like the fact that we have to call them alternatives, because what we're eating most of the time, most vegans are eating real food that we were meant to eat. A lot of vegans don't even eat processed food. They eat a whole foods plant-based diet. And my brother is like, oh, see, you have to say it's an alternative. Oh, you have to make up things like burgers. It's not a burger, it's a black bean patty. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. You make it sound like what other people call it. That way people know what it is, for one. And two, so that people that are meat eaters, well, yeah, so they know what they're getting when they order something, and they just know that it's a vegan version of that. And he just likes to nitpick and try to make everything so fucking difficult when it doesn't need to be difficult. It's not difficult. And his girlfriend was like, yeah, it does seem really hard to go vegan. And I'm like, really? The hardest thing for me was giving up cheese, but all it takes is practice. It takes time, that's it. And if you don't even start trying, you're never going to get there, and you guys don't even want to try. So, you know, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. There's a substitute. That's what I was saying, like every day there's more substitutes for everything. And if you're so obsessed with meat, then you can just buy all the meat alternatives. And, you know, I eat them because they're good. And I know I need to cut back on that, because that's one of the reasons I have such a hard time losing weight, is because I eat too much processed food. Because I know when I did my no processed food challenge, I lost weight that month. I think I lost like 12 pounds a month that I gave up processed foods. So that's what I'm going to try to do now again, is give up most of the processed foods. I'm still going to eat tofu, and every once in a while, if I can't control my craving, I might have something, but I'm really going to cut back. I really got to get back to losing weight, because my pants are super tight and it's not comfortable, and I feel like I can't freaking breathe when I'm sitting down. Like, I always feel like, you know, you're not supposed to be focusing on your breath when you're sitting down. You're supposed to be comfortable and not even notice that you're breathing. But when I'm sitting down, I feel like I have to make an effort to breathe, you know what I mean? In and out deep, or I'm breathing really shallow and I'm really uncomfortable. So it's not fun. It's not fun to be overweight. So, and then, you know, all my other problems, like my back just gets worse, and I want to be an example of health, to show my family that they don't have to be sick and miserable, and that it is possible to heal yourself with food. And anyway, that's basically the gist of this rant. Sorry it got so long and I was all over the place, but this is all the random stuff that's going through my mind, and I just needed to vent and get it out. So thanks for listening. As always, you guys are awesome. Totally love you guys, and I'll be looking forward to your comments and your thoughts. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.